Hello, this is George Anderson with more answers to your questions. The next question that I am going to attempt to answer is from Jennifer, who asks, I eat clean, paleo style, but with some white rice and gluten-free oats. I've been trying to drop the caffeine. Okay, so caffeine here. I'm actually going to segue this into another question, an answer to a slightly different question as well. But let me finish off what Jenny's asked. I never drink loads of caffeine. Recently got down to 1 cup of tea or coffee in the morning, but as soon as I try to drop it completely, become less regular. Tea or coffee seems to be my body's trigger. Not sure what that means. How can I get around the problem? Now, here's the thing. Caffeine, especially coffee, is a natural laxative. I actually wrote an email, a blog post rather, about called it the Brownload download, where coffee does seem to trigger a bit of a bowel movement in most people. Not in everybody, but it's certainly in a large proportion of the population. So what this would suggest to me, Jenny, is if when you remove caffeine completely from your diet, you become less regular, depending on what less regular means to you, then I would suggest that you probably need to address other factors in your diet as well. It may be that if you're on a paleo diet, you may well not be getting enough fiber in your diet, which is one of the things that regulates your bowel movements. And that's something you definitely want to be addressing. So if anything, the caffeine conundrum there has triggered a requirement to go and dig a little deeper and find out what's going on there. So the segue here that I mentioned at the beginning, I want to also talk about caffeine and what happens when you do drop it. Again, I've written an article about caffeine in the past, but one of the big problems people find with finishing and not having coffee or tea at all is that you get these incredible headaches and you get these almost detoxing symptoms. Now, I can assure you that if that's happening, if you don't have a coffee in the morning and you feel irritable, or you feel like you've got no energy, or you feel like you're just really tired, or you feel like you get a banging headache, then personally I believe that's a sure sign that you are drinking too much of the stuff. You should not be feeling like that if you don't have it. That's like an addict, and it's not uncommon to feel that. That's certainly how I feel. In fact, that's how I know when it's time to go on a bit of a cold turkey period of having no coffee or tea or any other caffeinated drinks for a little while, at least a week or two. But if that is happening, then you definitely need to consider whether you need to take a bit of a break from drinking caffeinated drinks. It isn't uncommon for you to feel like that. No idea exactly what the etiology is of that and why that happens, but certainly it's very, very common, and if it happens to you, then take that as a sure sign that you need to start addressing your caffeine consumption. You might have to go through a few days of being a bit of an angry monster in the mornings, but hey, it's worth it when you come out the other side and you do feel naturally more energized, your sleep rhythms go back to normal again, and you're just generally going to be a happier, nicer person to be around. And then when you do have another coffee, you're going to be absolutely wired. So you've got that to look forward to as well. So hopefully that's answered your question, Jenny, and segued nicely into another more broader question. And I'll be back again very soon with more answers to your questions. Bye for now.